Number one is an aquarium, a tank that's going to house your fish and your corals. And I know that sounds obvious and it's like, duh, I need a tank, but stick with me, we have a lot more ground to cover. Number two is going to be a stand, a place or a location that your reef tank or aquarium is going to sit on top of. Something that's going to support the weight because water is heavy. Coming in at number three are water pumps. Now, water flow is very important, so water pumps are a must-have. Get yourself a good set of circulation pumps and a return pump to cycle the water through the filtration of your aquarium. Moving water around and water circulation is key to a healthy and thriving aquarium. Now, I use Nero water pumps for my aquarium to circulate the water, as well as my favorite affordable Wavemaker from Hygger. But water flow helps deliver nutrition and food to your corals, and it helps move waste and toxins away from your corals. And water agitation at the surface promotes gas exchange and keeps your aquarium environment clean and provides a healthy living condition. Number four is going to be filtration for your reef tank. When it comes to filtration, you have mechanical filtration like your filter fleece, your filter socks, and things like protein skimmers. For my aquarium, I'm using a Simplicity protein skimmer down in the sump, but making sure you have good filtration that's going to help process your water and keeping your aquarium look nice is very important. Now, there's also biological and natural filtration like Chaeto algae down in a sump for a refugium, and even biomedia like aquachar that's going to clarify and make your water crystal clear. Now, a must-have for your aquarium coming in at number five is a heater. Now, whether you get a glass heater or a titanium heater or an electronic heater that comes with a probe, you need a way to keep your aquarium at a stable temperature to help support the life of your fish and corals. I use a Finnex titanium heater on my aquarium, and it tells me the temperature so that I can monitor it and make adjustments and dial it in to keep my reef aquarium at a nice 77 degrees. Now, another very important piece of equipment for having a reef aquarium is the lighting. Lighting your aquarium is very important, especially if you plan to keep corals. Now, in the 125 reef tank, I am using the Core XP LED reef lights from Aquatic Life USA. This is a great LED reef aquarium fixture that I highly recommend. This light fixture is a great way to make sure your reef aquarium starts off the right way, and it utilizes an easy to use app on your phone to control it, and it connects via Bluetooth. I have two over my reef aquarium and I'm 100% happy with them. Now, this next one may be a no-brainer, but you need saltwater for your saltwater reef aquarium. And when you're first starting out, that usually comes in the form of purchasing water from your local fish store. And that's definitely an option if you're brand new to the experience of keeping a saltwater tank, but they rely heavily on the store's ability to test and treat their water. And if you need water in the middle of the night or in case of an emergency, you may not always be able to make it to the local fish store or get your hands on some freshly made water. Now, my recommendation here is getting yourself an RODI unit. That way you can make your water at home and you can make it anytime you need it, fresh water and salt water. Now, don't get me wrong, if you have a small aquarium, choose what's best for you. I just like the ability to have water anytime that I need it, and the cost savings of making your own water, saving time, saving travel, and the availability is worth it. Also, making your own water, you're not locked into your local fish store's brand of salt mix. For instance, I use Instant Ocean reef crystals on my reef aquarium, and I use that by choice. I can make it myself and mix it up at home, so you can pick whatever brand of salt mix you want for your aquarium. Next up, building a healthy environment and microbiome for your fish and corals. Coming in at number 8 is rock work. You want to have rocks in your aquarium. The rock and sand that you use in your reef aquarium is a great place for beneficial bacteria to thrive. And the rock that you choose to use in your reef tank is going to be where you place your brand new corals so that they can grow big and strong. You can use dry rock to start a saltwater aquarium, or you can use live rock like the rock from Tampa Bay Saltwater. Tampa Bay Saltwater places rock in their own piece of the ocean and cultivates amazing pieces of live rock full of beneficial life to start your aquarium off the right way. As reef aquarium hobbyists, we fill a lot of different roles when it comes to our reef aquariums. We have to be marine biologist, chemist, plumbers, gardeners, DIYers, many different things. So you're definitely going to need buckets to help transport water from room to room, as well as acclimating your fish and corals all the way to changing the water in your aquarium. 5-gallon buckets are very beneficial, as well as Tupperware for the Reef Aquarium. Just don't use your wife's Tupperware. Make sure you buy Tupperware that you're only going to use for your aquarium. But you'll definitely need plastic containers to dip your corals, to look over and inspect corals in case you have any pests that you need to remove, help acclimate your fish, getting them into your aquarium, or just looking them over, dipping and treating them before they enter your aquarium. 5-gallon buckets and plastic containers come in handy. Next up, number 10 on the list is rubber or vinyl gloves for your aquarium. These are great when you need to reach in the tank and move things around, whether that's doing maintenance and cleaning things up in your aquarium, moving rocks around, or even just adding new corals to the tank. Just having that layer between the oils and stuff on your hands whenever you're reaching into the tank and handling delicate corals or even corals that give off toxins is a plus. Water changes are a great way to reduce nutrients in your aquarium, and it's something that you're going to have to do from time to time. So coming in at number 11 is a siphon hose. You want to get yourself a nice aquarium siphon hose that's going to help you perform water changes and other maintenance in your aquarium. You can also pick up some vinyl tubing and attach to a nice utility pump to help you transfer water from those 5-gallon buckets back into your display whenever you do water changes. That way you're not lifting 40+ pounds of water just to refill your aquarium. Now this next one is very important because knowing what's in your water is extremely beneficial to having success in the saltwater aquarium hobby. So coming in at number 12 is going to be testing your water, making sure that you test your tank and you know how your tank's doing. Now when you first start an aquarium, you're going to test things like ammonia, nitrite, and nitrate, and an example of a test kit that you can get would be API's test kit. They have a master test kit that has a lot of the tests that you're going to be doing in this hobby, like the ammonia, nitrite, and nitrate. And then as you progress in the hobby, you're going to be testing things like calcium, alkalinity, magnesium, phosphate, pH, so many things to test for that's going to help you be successful in the long run. If you're going to be adding corals to your aquarium or growing corals in your reef tank, then you're going to need some reef aquarium tools. Now you can get things like bone cutters from Amazon, and again I will leave a link in the description below to everything that I talk about, but you can get those for fragging corals as they grow out. You can get frag plugs to put new corals on, but there are some great 3D printed options available, and you can get them from Printed Reef. Now if you go to printedreef.com/TheCoralReefTalk, you can check out everything that Printed Reef has to offer. They have some great 3D printed products, things like the sand stand and rock holders, that's going to help secure your brand new coral frags in the sand or in your rock work so they don't get pushed over by your cleanup crew, things like snails or hermit crabs, and it just secures them in place so they don't get messed up in the sand bed and nothing bothers or messes with them as well. Printed Reef makes great 3D printed products for your reef aquarium, and they're only going to benefit you in your aquarium, so make sure you check them out as soon as this video is over. Now to keep your fish healthy and your corals thriving, you're going to need to feed them from time to time, and you're going to need to feed them with some high quality fish food. Now there's a lot of options to choose from when it comes to fish food on the marketplace. Some great foods that come to mind would be fish food from Reef Nutrition. They have a ton of beneficial bottled products, from MYSIS Feast to Oyster Feast to Phyto Feast for your aquarium, and all of these are going to benefit your reef tank in different ways. Then you have brands like PE MYSIS that's producing high quality flake food for your aquarium. Some other beneficial fish foods for your reef aquarium would be things like frozen MYSIS shrimp or gut loaded frozen brine shrimp, which has been gut loaded with nutrition for your fish to help them grow healthy, big, and strong. But again, I'll leave some links for some great food options in the description below. Now coming in at number 15, I would highly recommend that you pick up a magnetic algae scraper for your reef aquarium. No matter how big or small your aquarium is, these things are game changers. Now the one that I use on my 125 is a flipper magnetic cleaner. And this thing, when it becomes detached, it will float to the surface. You can flip it around and use the scraper side or the padded side, and it's a way to clean the glass or acrylic on your aquarium depending on the scraper that you have. If you have glass, I recommend the flipper, but it's a way to clean your tank and get that film algae off your tank to keep your display aquarium looking nice, bright, and beautiful. But the flipper magnet cleaner is my personal favorite. It just enhances my viewing experience whenever it comes to cleaning the glass on my aquarium. There's a lot of things to learn when it comes to the reef aquarium hobby, and a lot of equipment and products available on the market that's going to help you and help your reef aquarium thrive so that you are successful and you love waking up to see your aquarium. So if you found this video helpful, I know you're going to like this video here. Go ahead, click or tap your screen to watch this one. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing, and I will see you next time on the Coral Reef Talk.